So you're considering a career as a real estate agent in the state of Maine. Well, in this video, we're gonna go over a complete guide on how to get your real estate license and get started as a real estate agent in the state of Maine. So let's dive right into the video. So you are thinking about getting your real estate license and becoming a real estate agent in Maine. Well, the good news is being a real estate agent is a really rewarding career. And if you're in corporate America right now, you might be looking for something without the glass ceiling on your income. I know when I started real estate, that's exactly what I was looking for. I didn't want to have an income cap, and I wanted to be able to work hard and then reap the rewards that I went out there and created. So this industry is great for that. Unfortunately, there is a high failure rate. So at the end of this video, I'm gonna go over some steps on how to pick your first brokerage and get started with that, because I find that's where a lot of new agents make mistakes and really start this business on the wrong path and end up going down a road that leads them to failure. So let's start by diving into the exact requirements you need to complete to get your Maine real estate license. So before you get licensed, you have to meet a couple requirements. The first thing is you have to be 18 years old or older. You have to have a high school diploma or a GED, and you have to complete 55 hours of pre-licensing classes. Now these classes are done live stream online and they're fairly easy to complete. Next, you're gonna take the pre-license exam pre-test. So you wanna pass this test before you actually schedule your real test with Pearson VUE. Next, you're gonna have to pass your test with a 75% score or higher. Once that's done, you're gonna complete your real estate background check, and they're basically just looking for things like felonies and things that would prevent you from possibly getting your real estate license, or if you're gonna have to go in front of the board if you do have those things and see if they're gonna approve you to get your license as a Maine real estate agent. Next, you have to pick your real estate brokerage. This is the brokerage that you're gonna work with, because as a new agent, you actually have to hang your license with a broker. They're called a sponsoring broker. Later on in the video, I'm gonna go over a step-by-step guide on how to pick a great real estate brokerage that's really good to get you started as a new real estate agent. Last but not least, you submit your real estate license application and wait to hear back with the approval, and then your license comes to you in the mail. So let's dive into the very first hurdle you're gonna have to tackle, and that's getting ready for your real estate classes. In Maine, you're looking at about 55 hours of real estate pre-license education at the time that this video was shot. Now, the good news is the majority of these classes can be taken online via a live stream class. I would suggest looking into live online streaming companies like Real Estate Express, who is currently working on a course in the state of Maine, and they do a really good job at educating and helping their students pass the real estate exam once they get done with their real estate educational requirements. Now, at the time you're watching this video, they may already have the course out, so definitely check below. We have an affiliate link which you can click and see if there's any deals on that course right now. One thing to keep in mind is you have to complete this education within 1 year of taking your exam. So you want to complete this education portion quickly and then move on fast to take your exam. You don't want to take this education and then wait a really long time, because it's not going to be valid and you're going to have to retake classes. And remember to pay close attention in these classes, because you need to score a 75% score or higher on your real estate exam to be able to pass and get approved. Now, what will you actually learn during your real estate classes? Well, I remember sitting in my real estate classes and they teach you many different things. And a lot of these things are probably gonna be foreign concepts to you, and you're gonna have to really spend time studying and getting to learn a lot more about real estate lingo and real estate language. So you're gonna learn a lot during these classes. Some things that you're gonna learn during these classes are the following. You're gonna learn real estate math, you're gonna learn about land use laws and regulation, fair housing guidelines, real estate financing, contracts, transfer of title, brokerage relationships, which is a really important one as a new real estate agent, disclosures, property analysis, like doing CMAs. You're also going to learn license law, ethics, and agency laws. Next, it's time to actually schedule your real estate exam. This is done with Pearson VUE. So reach out to them and get that scheduled right away. A couple things that you must know before you actually go to the exam testing center is that this test is typically done on a computer. It's not an open book exam, and you're really allowed to just go in there and bring a basic calculator and a pen or pencil. This test also must be scheduled at least 1 day in advance. Next, let's talk about your real estate background check. In the state of Maine, you have to pass the background check. At the moment, it's about $121 to get this background check done. So the committee is pretty much just going to want to look and make sure that you don't have any criminal record. So what is the actual best way to study for the exam? Well, like I mentioned before, there are many great real estate tools online to help you pass the real estate exam. Back when I took my real estate exam, I used a tool called Prep Agent. Right now, if you fail your real estate exam in the state of Maine, you're gonna have to retake the test, and it's gonna cost you money. So I suggest you try your hardest to not fail the test. I suggest looking into something called Prep Agent, and basically what that is a step-by-step course that you take online that puts you through test-like simulations so that you can get used to the type of questions and the formatting of those questions that you're gonna see on the real estate test. That way it helps you get used to taking the test and passing the test. Another good thing about this tool is when you answer a question wrong, it will give you the right answer, and then it will explain to you why the way you answered that question was wrong. So it's really been an invaluable tool, and it helped me pass my real estate exam. So I highly suggest you look into that as well. There's an affiliate link down below if you want to check that out. So what do you actually have to bring the day you take the exam at the testing center? Well, as of now, you only have to bring 2 forms of identification. And here are some examples of things that you can bring. You could bring a driver's license, you could bring a US Social Security card, a passport, a debit card with your signature on it, a credit card with your signature on it, or even a green card. Also, you're allowed to bring a basic non-scientific calculator to help you with the math portion of your exam. Another popular question is how long will you actually have to complete the exam? In Maine, there are actually 2 portions of the exam. There's a general portion of the exam, and then there's a state-specific portion of the exam. The general portion is about 150 minutes, 2.5 hours long, and the state portion is about 90 minutes, 1.5 hours long. In total, you have about 240 minutes to take the exam, so 4 hours. And the good news is that there's only 120 questions that you need to answer. The national portion has about 80 questions, and the state portion has about 40 questions. So, pass or fail, how long does it actually take for you to get the results? The good news is right after you take the exam, you're going to walk out, and it's going to take about 5 to 10 minutes, and you're going to know if you passed or failed. That's the good news. There's not a ton of waiting, and there's not a ton of anticipation, being nervous on whether you passed or failed. You're going to know as soon as you complete the exam. Now, if you do fail the exam, you might be wondering if you can retake the test. The good news is that you can retake the test. The bad news is it's going to cost you another fee to go retake it. As of now, it's about $85 to go retake your real estate exam. You might be wondering, in total, how long does it actually take to become a real estate agent in the state of Maine from start to finish? Well, you have quite a few steps that you have to complete before you can get licensed. So I would say between everything with study time, with course time, with the possibility of maybe failing your first exam, and then all the background checks and applications, you're probably looking at about 4 months from start to finish to get licensed. Now, some people can complete this process sooner, others it might take more time. So the thing is, you have to go at your own pace, but try to stay motivated and don't get discouraged with the process, because the process does take some time, but in the end, if this is truly what you want to do for a business, it's definitely worth the time investment. Next, you might be wondering, how much does it actually cost to get your real estate license in the state of Maine? Well, we estimate that it will cost between $800 and $1,150. Some of these costs are fixed, such as the background check and the exam fee, and then the pre-license classes really depends on where you get your education done. Every school is going to have different fees and different rates. So here's our breakdown. We estimate that the background check fee is about $21. The pre-license course fee is anywhere between $285 and $450. The Maine real estate exam fee at Pearson VUE is currently $85. Any realtor board dues are about $200 to $400. They could be more, they could be less. Your license application fee is $100, and then any additional learning aids such as Prep Agent, if you wanted to do that, is about $100. So if you want to check below and see if Real Estate Express currently has the Maine real estate license classes out, click the link below and check it out and see what prices are available. Last but not least, I want to talk about choosing the right brokerage. So after you pass your exam and you go through the entire process of studying, passing the exam, doing background checks, you want to make sure that you line yourself up for success. And the best way to do that is to find yourself a great brokerage that specializes in working with new real estate agents. You want to make sure that they have a training program, and you want to make sure that they have mentors in place to help walk you through the process of becoming a successful real estate agent. Because a lot of the things that you learn in class are going to be completely different than the things that you see out in the field. And passing the exam is one thing, but the real test becomes when you get out in the field and you actually have to try to earn money and become a real estate agent and learn how to market, learn how to get new clients, learn how to sell. All those things are extremely challenging, especially if you have nobody in your corner helping you out. So the first thing is training. You want to make sure that you find a brokerage that is going to give you the greatest training that you could find as a new agent. You want to make sure that they have a system in place that's going to allow you to latch on and absorb as much information as possible. This is extremely important, especially as a new real estate agent that doesn't know much about the industry or the business. So you want to make sure you're starting the right way and getting yourself set up so you have success in the future. So training is the most important thing. I can't stress this enough. Commission splits are important, but training is the most important, okay? So make sure that no matter what the split is, that you're getting lined up with an office that has a system in place to help train new agents. Next, I want to talk about commission splits. Every brokerage has a different compensation model. Some brokerages offer more of a split, some offer less of a split. You want to find out exactly what you're getting for that split. Sometimes you'll actually end up making more money at a brokerage that has less of a commission split because they offer things like systems, leads, training, all this stuff that will help you get off the ground as a new agent. So just because you see a higher split somewhere else doesn't mean you're going to make more money there. So make sure you dive into exactly what you're getting for the commission split that you're splitting with your new brokerage. Next, you want to make sure you look into any ongoing monthly fees. So monthly fees are something important to keep your eye on, especially if you're a new agent with a low budget. Let's face it, most of us are coming from a corporate job where we saved up a certain amount of money to start this new venture. And if you burn through all your money on ongoing monthly fees that you're paying to your brokerage just to be a part of that brokerage, it might not be the best fit, especially as a new agent. So make sure you cross your T's and dot your I's and make sure that you get the full disclosure on how much they're charging you per month to be a part of that brokerage. Last, you want to look at the commission cap. Now, this isn't the most important thing. It's actually the least important thing because as a new agent, you just want to absorb as much information as possible and get the best training you can. So commission cap isn't something to really focus on too much, but it's something to ask. And you want to find out if there is any commission cap. So if you do have a rock star year and you do really well, what's the maximum amount of money that you're going to pay in split commissions to that brokerage that you're a part of? You want to ask these questions because you're a business owner and you want to find out what the true cost of doing business is in your new business. So in conclusion, the journey of becoming a real estate agent in the state of Maine is a process, but it's a good process, especially if you want to get out there and start your own business selling real estate. So what I suggest is if you're interested in doing this, check out the article that I wrote below and it will give you more detail on this step-by-step guide. And if you have other questions, drop them in the comment section below and I'll do everything I can to get to that comment section and give you a response. Thanks so much for watching and good luck on your real estate journey.